This video is for Israel and especially to Naftali. Naftali will send me yesterday a video where he showed a synagogue and the scrolls that somebody who was not believing God destroyed the scrolls and the synagogue and the old scripture. This is a crime, a stupid crime, what God will never forget. And Hitler was the first man, but not just Hitler, everybody who was a ruler, Caesar, or remember in Daniel time, who not allowed to worship God. Every ruler hate God and make false laws against the real God and was forbid to worship the real God. But Daniel not worship false laws. Daniel was not eat pig and unclean food. Daniel was not worship the statue from the king. And by Caesar time, Caesar was kill every religious man in Colosseum. Another kings as Hitler was kill the religious people in Holocaust and was burning on fire every religious scrolls from the people who believe in God. Hitler was really burned from Bertolt Brecht and every religious people who wrote scriptures about God or the truth. He was born on fire description also. He destroyed everything. And I will Naftali say you know, and every man, I will ask the man, how can say one man that he belonged to God when he hate God, his own father, his own creator. Nobody can say that he is a man and he is a holy person when he hate his own father, his own creator. A man who are stupid and godless is not power to rebel against his own creator and destroy the words what is written in the scripture, because in these scrolls are written the God, the real God's word and will and the future and the law. And somebody who destroyed these scrolls are not can be good, not can be perfect as written. Be perfect as your Father in heaven, because it's not power to be stupid, it's not power to be unknown, and it's not power to be a murder and destroy scripture. It's not power. A stupid man is powerless. The real power is to be good. The real power is to be follow the law. The real power is to be perfect as the Father wants. And the real man is who I want to be resurrected and be like every holy prophet, perfect. And I will now tell you a short story. You say this was happening in Israel, not in Nazi Europa. This what I tell you now, Israel was happen. And I tell now this, every father who have a daughter or a child, and every father must ask himself the same question what I ask now. When the father have a child who want this child want to be holy and want to study theology because he believe in God, and when you were with a father, Naftali, you send your child, your daughter, to the university to study theology. Theology is a Bible study, and not just Bible study. Theology must study all the religion on earth. Mythology, Greece mythology, Egypt mythology, and every five gods. Also, they must study from old Babylon. They study every religion. The theology is Bible study and religion study. And I remember, Naftali, I was from the beginning, from childhood, such person who want believe in God. My grandfather was believing God. he have a religious Jewish faith. And therefore I want to make my religion in Europa. And I was never think that the man himself tried to kill a woman who want to worship the real God. I was never think. And at first I began problems when I was in the school. Another child eat always in the pause. This is I don't know what is it English pause. They eat in schools unclean food, and I was never touched. I was never go in mensa. There was a mensa where children eat in school. I was told my mother that they not must pay my mensa because this food I will never touch what they cook, because not just pig, every unclean food was there. And a lot of children was asked me why I never eat in Hungarian day food, and I was told I want to do God's law. I want to resurrect it on the last day. I not touch the unclean food, what is forbidden. I want to do the law from God. Therefore, not just the children hit me, and stoned me on school on pause. They sent me at first to the director, and I was told the director, I was a very little child, that I want to do God's law, and therefore I not touch this unclean food, but I eat at home a clean food. And the director sent me to the Vatican priest that they must talk with me. I was told the priest that I want to do the law, and this is forbidden, and therefore I not eat the school food. And a priest was told me, when I not eat this unclean food, I'm an evil person. This was told me the priest. I go home. I was told my parents. A priest told me, when I want to do the law from God, that I am an evil person. My parents nothing say. They just say I must follow the priest because he's the priest. And when I follow the priest and eat unclean food, then maybe they accept me and I become a better life. And the children very love me. But I'm not looking for human love who are evils. I'm not looking for evildoer love or stupid man's love. This is not good to looking for stupid evildoer love to break the law of God. I'm looking for God's love and God's promise, and I will say, no, it's enough for me when God loved me and resurrected me on the last day, and I was never touched all my life in grammar school, in gymnasium and another school, university, day food. I suffer, I have no friends, but when you were be a father, what you told your child, you must follow the priest who told you when you do God's law, you are an evil person. Follow the priest and not God, and not God's law. You will be told as a Jew, this your own child, follow an evildoer, even when he is a priest, or follow God's law. The answer is easy. Then I go to university. I study theology because I believe in God. I was really religious inside also. And then there was a test, and I want to read now this test. And this was happened. The teacher was in the university, Molnár Sándor, and he will remember when you ask this teacher. Molnár Sándor was a theological teacher at the University of Szeged. They make tests, and there was a question for the students: who can resurrect on the last day the people who have the power and who have the key from the everlasting life in their hand? This was a question: who have the key in their hand for the everlasting life? Who can resurrect the people on the last day? And there was A, B, C, 3 answers was there. And I remember this very much because Molnár Sándor was told me he must talk to me, but not in the school, on the street. He want to talk to me because there was 3 answers. The first was that the Pope himself can resurrect it on the last day the people. This was A. B was God alone can resurrect the people. Or C was Paulus. Paulus, the last prophet from the Bible, Paulus. And I think when you believe in God and when you read the Bible, there is written that just God, the Alpha and the Omega, have the everlasting key in his hand and can resurrect the dead on the last day. It's God himself, not the popes and not the Paulus. And I was say God, B is the answer. And such question was the test. And then Mona Shanda was say, I become a wrong note. And I was asked why I become a wrong note. Tell me, teacher, what I was not answer good. And the teacher was say he will not answer before the other students. He will answer me on the street in a pub. He will talk with me alone and then he will answer. I was waiting for the afternoon. I was meet the teacher Mona Shandor in a pub. We drink a coffee. Then he told me that the Vatican, the Pope himself, have every school under their own hands, under their own control. And therefore I become a wrong note because the Vatican teach that the Pope himself can resurrect the last on the last day every people, and he himself, the Pope, will decide who will resurrect it, and he is greater as God, and not God was the answer. And I say to Mona Shandor, the teacher, are you believe this, or you become money for this false teaching that the popes himself are greater as God and he will decide who are resurrected, and he resurrected the people on the last day, not God. I was questioning the teacher, have you believe this, or you become money to teach such false teaching? And he become red in his face and was told me that every school is under the Vatican hands, and he become money to teach as a teacher, and he not can teach other things. Even when I am right, he know that the answer is written in the Bible, that just God can resurrect the people, not no another person. But the Vatican want that you learn and teach this false teaching, and when you not learn and teach this false teaching, then you not can become a diploma and not can teach, and you are an evil person. This was told me Mona Shandor. And then I question Mona Shandor. So when I know the answer, and when I want to worship the real God and answer you the true answer that just God can resurrect it and just God is holy, but you say I must worship the evildoer and teach another false things, then I become a false prophet when I teach false things. And all the children, when I teach all the children this, I bring all the children in hell. And I go also as a false teacher in hell. I will not teach these things. And then Mona Shandor said, then the Vatican will kill you or you not become the diploma. He said, when I want to worship God and God's teaching, what is written, the Vatican want to kill you and you not become the diploma. I must go to the decan always. I must go always to the decan. 10.5 years I go to the decan because the men want to kill me because I want to worship the real God and the real teaching from the Bible. And when you will be a father, Naftali, what you will be do or told your doctor, where you be told your doctor, you must teach false things that God not have power, just the popes have power to resurrect the people. The popes decide who enter and not enter in paradise, and God is nothing and popes is greater. You will be teach so your own doctor this. What you will be told, you doctor, because I not teach these things, this false teaching, and therefore I become murdering letter. More than 200 murdering letter I become. And then they cut my ID card, my document, because I want to worship the real God and His law and not false teaching. And a priest himself want to kill me because I worship the God, the real God, and the real law. And this is a shame. And then I have many years judgment, and nobody helped me. The police want to kill me because they say Hitler and Vatican is greater as God, and I'm a dirty Jew. I'm nothing because I want to worship the real God. I'm nothing, and just to worship Hitler, because they say to me in the school I study not just theology, I study also German linguistic as a teacher, German linguistic, and in the linguistic book was a law that Hitler was changed the grammar, the sharpest SS, he changed to SS, to SS. This is a grammar definition what Hitler made. And there was a picture about Hitler in the book and something, and I was asked the teacher, when I teach on the school that Hitler can change the grammar and Hitler can change the law, and Hitler is greater as the law himself, then I teach the children false things. Hitler was an evil person, and he was not God and not can change the law, even the grammar not can change and other things. And the teacher was told me, when I not worship Hitler and the Nazi state, then they kill me. This teacher was also told me in German linguistic lesson. And this feeling, Naftali, to live in Nazi Europa, so that I want to be a good man, I want to be worship God and His holy law, I want to be a clean woman, I want to be a holy woman, and every evil mental sick man try to kill me because I want to be holy and not worship murders. What's this, Naftali? I not become human right. I not can make family. I was 3 times in Israel to ask for Aliyah because here in Nazi Europa I not become human right as a teacher just because I want to worship God and His law and not want to worship Hitler and Nazi evildoer and murders and false teachings. And every police not help just hit me also. What's this for a feeling when your own doctor, doctor or children, your own doctor learn and try to make money as a teacher to make a family, but the mental sick man's not allowed your children to work because he is religious and believe in God and His law. And therefore, every police hit your children, every teacher hit your children, and the state want to kill your children. The state want to kill your children because she believe in God. And what's this? And nobody help. I sit here in this room 7 years in Stuttgart without human right. I was sit in Hungary 7 years in the wood without money and human right. And in the diploma 10 half is murdering letters. When will be this ending? When? And they think that this is Catholic Európai Democracy and Union. They say in TV that here is a democracy and Catholic Union for everyone. No, the real people here in Europa who want to be holy, the Nazi Union kill as in Hitler time. This is the truth. This is the truth. Why Israel not help me, Naftali? I cannot make here money. I cannot make here a family and happy life. With the deacon's help, I become the diploma. But it was many years suffering and hunger. And just because I draw, I study also theology and art. Art is to draw something what is art, what is from religious things. A lot of people draw puttos and angels and such things. And I was draw always religious things from the Jewish temple. and I draw many religious things. Example, because it's written in the Yiddish temple, Moses say, not can be standing statues, just a face with a lion, an angel, and palm trees. And I was draw these religious things, and maybe when this is a drawing, this is what I draw is a lion face, and then you must be so you must draw in the university in 3 months. In 3 months, you must draw 40 big picture, and then you put your 40 big picture on the corridor, and then the teacher come and goes with the feet, treat and trample on my religious pictures and make it shit, and say because it's a Jewish religion what I draw, I must be dying, and my art must be also burned on fire as Hitler commanded. Every teacher was trampled on God's religious picture what I draw, and say it must be burned on fire because it's a Jewish thing what I draw. And just they can't help me. What's for a feeling for a woman that a woman want to be holy and draw God's holy things, and every mental sick man try to kill me and trample on this picture, and another children draw unclean things, Naftali. I not want to say what they draw in the university, but such unclean things I never, you can imagine what was this. They draw from the Playboy shit things, and they become the best note. They become the best note. They use all drug and was mental sick, not believe in God. And I was always questioned, how can be a teacher, a good theological teacher, when he use drug and not believe in God? What they will be teach? That what the Vatican want to hear. And this is not normal. They will be teach false things against God. And they will bring so all the children in hell. Because who teach false teach against God's law? Foolish the children is written in the Bible. It's a commandment. Who teach and foolish the children bring the children in hell. And Yeshua was himself told, who will bring one of the smallest with false teaching in hell will never resurrect himself. And this feeling, Naftali, I was always draw and learn and study, and every man's mental sick, unclean, pig-eater teacher and man's try to kill me, murdering letters. They trampled on the pictures. They make it so, I don't know what is it English. They make it shit and say to me I must die on Hitler's Scheiterhaufen. I don't know what is it in English, Scheiterhaufen, where they was burned the religious books and humans. They want to burn me on fire also, as Hitler commanded that every religious things must be burned on fire. And then I go to lawyer, and no lawyer, Naftali. No lawyer was help me, and even now nobody help. Why I was go 3 times to Israel for ask for help? Because I'm now more than 40 years and not can work just because I want to be good. I want to be clean as God wants. I want to be worship God. I want to be worship the real law what God give the humans, and not false evildoer. And therefore, and the people who not can see the truth, they not can see that white is black, and not can see what they do is Satan's work, because just Satan hate religious people. Every prophet was suffer, every prophet was hit by people, because the prophets are holy. The Daniel prophecy is very important. The king was also trying to kill Daniel in the fire, as Hitler put the Jews in the Holocaust often, and the Satan never changed. And Yeshua was saying, Satan rule to the end this world, and every king Satan choose to put his own puppets on the throne, and with these puppets the Satan kill every religious people. And when the holy people, Daniel say also, when the holy people are be killed on the end, on the fourth kingdom, when every holy people who want to worship God and Moses law, when Satan kill with the false kings, then they have not so much time and God will return. This is written what they do. But it's a shame, Naftali, it's a shame that a church forbid a holy woman to worship God. The church, the priest himself forbid a holy woman to worship God and teach God's real teaching. And every man who thinks that he is a man, when he hit a woman, just because the woman want to be clean and the woman want to be worship God, this man is wronger and mental sicker as Hitler. This is not a man. This is not a man. And it's a shame when they think, when they destroy all the scrolls in Jerusalem, that God will not revenge this. This is a fantasy. This is a fantasy. Plague wars continue, and I wrote many books about every scrolls, where the scrolls are fulfilled in the history. And then the government from Budapest phoned me. The government from Budapest phoned me. This is here in my act. I cannot put the voice messages on internet. They block it, but it's here on the CD. They phoned me. Maybe I'm right. Maybe everything are fulfilled in the Bible. But this was told me Nyíri József from Belügyminisztérium Budapest. When God returned with the prophets, they will command the army to kill God himself because they hate God, because they are Nazis and they murder and they will not worship God. And I must shut up. They will kill God and the prophets when they return. I must shut up. This talking is on every court because I have 7 years court that Nazi government from Budapest deleted all my books. Then they phoned me that they tried to kill me about this prophecy and the books what I wrote. And they say, maybe God exists, but when he returns, he will kill God himself with the army because they are Nazis, they hate religious people. And no lawyer helped me. A murderer sit on Satan's throne, and this murder killed many Jews. He was told me on telephone that the government work with satanistic rituals, with demons, and kill many people, and they steal also many little small children for rituals, satanistic rituals, and I must shut up. When God, the real God, return, they will kill Allah himself with the army. He was told me on telephone, and then they cut my documents, bank card, everything, beer paper, and tried to kill me because I was holy and wrote about the real God. And no man was helped. Just this man was helped, what later the Nazi police poisoned and my neighborhood. And I was wrote in that time 7,000 helping letter in Hungarian to every court. 7,000 also to Tel Aviv, everywhere, to Wien, Vienna, to München, Berlin, Strasbourg, and no help comes. A woman sit in a wood without documents, without food, without papers, and Nazis try to kill a woman just because the woman believed in God and wrote about God, and no help comes. And I emigrated here in Stuttgart. I left 2 houses alone, and here the police also hate me and hit me just because I want to work as a teacher and want to make a family. The police hit me, to 5 policemen hit me and say I cannot work in Nazi Europa. Therefore I was going the summer in August to Tel Aviv and Jerusalem and ask for Aliyah to help because I have no future here. I was 3 times in Israel for asking for help. And when Israel not help a holy person who suffer for the real God and for the real law, this is a shame, Naftali. And the government make false act, false protocols, and I live now more than 20 years alone and just suffer. And when I see that people destroy the scrolls, I see this Hungarian government who hate God. And they was told me, Naftali, that telephone talking is here. They say I have this telephone talking on CD. The government say when somebody believe me, they will rule this person against me with MK Ultra. MK Ultra is mind control. And I was questioned the government how they do it. They say they have many tactics to rule the people against me. And after they do it. They do it all my life. No help comes. This is a crime also in the Goyim law is a crime that when some people are believe in God that he not can work, and when you hit a person, just when the police hit your child just because your child believe in God and wrote books about God, and the police try to kill your child because he's a holy, and then nobody help. Why they have so many court? Why? Why they have so many laws? They break every law on me, more than 20 years. And I wrote about the third temple plan because I studied theology and art, and 3.5 years I have architecture. Architecture is how you can build a temple, and you must learn every architecture building. The pyramids we study ziggurats, we study cathedrals, we study Colosseum, Roman Colosseum, we study every building. And then I wrote books about the third temple plan. I made plans, architectural plans, and the government also deleted and sent me letters that I am a last dirty Jew what they want to kill because I cannot buy God's house. Because when God returns, he will kill God himself, the government. This is also in my curse act, Naftali. They try to kill me because I believe in God. And every man just look and watch this suffering. I wrote many times Benjamin Netanyahu. I wrote many times Tel Aviv, every consular. I need help, Naftali. Without help, the Nazis here will not help me. They are not humans. Their mind is so more or less, they are more or less an evildoer as Hitler. They are wronger as Hitler. I wait more than 20 years I wait now for help, but no court. My act is on every court. No help comes, no human right. I study many things. All my life I just study and wrote about God. In all my life they try to kill me, and everybody watch this. And it's a shame. It's a shame when a man not can help with the law, a woman, then this man is for God more or less as a bitch on the street. Because God give the law to help people. God give this law to help with this law life and innocence blood. And when a man not can help with the law, then these men are not men. Breaking the law and hit someone just because he believes in God, this is not power and this is not man behavior. This is against Allah's will. Allah give the law to Musa to help people. And when they not can do it, just hit, kill, and send murdering letters and destroy life. All their deeds and all their things not belong to God. All their deeds belong to Satan. Thank you.